Well, good
emotion.
evening, Dominique and Bisky. We are live here at the Hilton in downtown Shreveport. We are here taking place for the campaign for Whitehorn today, but however, we have another guest with us today. Cedric Glover is actually having a not a campaign party here tonight, but he is here to show support for the other candidate, which is Henry Whitehorn, who is in a different race going on tonight. Now, if Glover's name sounds familiar to you, it is because he was the Shreveport City Councilman from 1990 to 1996, so 6 years right there, and also because he made history as the first African-American mayor, which he did for 2 terms. Glover states that as his time as mayor has prepared him because he was able to lead economic development teams. He was also able to secure jobs for the Shreveport Port, and he is currently the Louisiana representative for District 4. Again, half of this room right now is full of his supporters here. Even though we are here for Whitehorn, he is here as well to show his support for his candidate tonight. Cedric Glover joins me now. Now, sir, you're here to show your support for Whitehorn.
Absolutely. You know, one of the smartest decisions I made as mayor was hiring Henry Whitehorn to be my first police chief. Doing that resulted in the lowest crime rates across the city of Shreveport in over 30 years. Lowest homicide, lowest violent crime. Did an outstanding job, stayed almost 3 years and went on to become U.S. Marshal. Did an excellent job there over the last decade. And so I'm hoping that the people of Caddo Parish are going to be smart and hire him as our next sheriff, because I know he'll be able to bring the kind of ideas, the kind of approaches that will help us address the crime problem that we have throughout this city and across this parish and make us a safer and better place to be.
And Kenneth Glover, even though you are doing your own race tonight, you were saying that you are confident and that you are putting the trust in the people's hands.
Well, I'm putting the trust in the hands of the people. Now, confident, I won't say that because the people will always decide. And that's the one thing I've done ever since I started my public service in 1990 as a member of the Shreveport City Council. I always trust the people. I trust their wisdom, and if they want me to continue to be a part of their leadership, then they will show that by the votes that they cast.
Senator Glover, why are you running for this specific position?
Because it represents an elevation in terms of power. It's very similar to having transitioned from being a council member to a representative, from being a representative to mayor. Within the legislative process, being a part of the upper chamber gives you a chance to be able to have a greater and more positive impact on this region. Obviously, Louisiana's in a lot of trouble, Northwest Louisiana in particular, and having the opportunity to be able to serve in this position would give me a chance to have a bigger, better, and greater impact in terms of helping to shape a more positive future for Northwest Louisiana.
What specifically do you hope to do to help curb the crime that is plaguing the Shreveport community?
Well, one of the reasons as to why I'm here, as opposed to hosting my own reception and watch party tonight, is trying to see someone like Henry Whitehorn become the next sheriff, because I know from back in my days, even prior to becoming a city council member, when we had Operation Thor back in 1990, which was an effort that brought together Shreveport police, Caddo Parish sheriff deputies, state police, and other levels of law enforcement in a comprehensive, integrated approach to addressing the crime problem here in Northwest Louisiana. I know that Henry understands that, wants to be able to bring those kinds of techniques, those kinds of practices, those kinds of efforts to bear that will give us a chance to even be more successful than he was while he was our chief.
That's a great answer, sir. Half of this room right now is full of your supporters. How does that feel?
Well, I mean, I think my supporters are all representative of people who want the best for Caddo Parish, who want the best for Shreveport. They know my history. They know Henry's history. They want to be able to see us be able to work together across all of the various governmental lines, whether you're talking about the state of Louisiana, the parish of Caddo, the city of Shreveport, the sheriff's department, the U.S. Marshal's office, a position that has been empty since Henry Whitehorn resigned. All of those are things that we brought together when I was mayor that gave us a comprehensive effort at approaching crime, that gave us the lowest 8 years of crime ever in the history of the city of Shreveport. There's no 8-year span of time in our history where homicides, violent crime, and other crimes were ever lower. And that comes about from bringing people from cross-jurisdictional lines, getting them out of the silos, and showing them that we can, in fact, work together.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I'm sure I'll be able to check back with you a little bit later in the evening. Again, I know you're here for supporting of the candidate Henry Whitehorn, so thank you for talking with us at this time.